Good morning, everybody. So my name is Martina Mee, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about angel card reading and tarot card reading. So I offer a range of different courses on my webpage, auroracenterofwellbeing.com. But I want to talk a lot about card reading, so angel card reading. So this is about people who are interested in it for themselves, or for those that are looking to do it as part of a hobby, or would like to do it with clients going forward. So all the courses are certified, okay? So you'll have no problem getting insurance with them or, being covered. So it's something that you can actually be qualified in if you want, because it's certified courses. When we're doing the courses, the card courses, we learn not only to help you to build the power. Now, what is the power? The power is where we learn to retain energy, so that when we're channeling information, that we raise our vibration to be able to tune into a soul of a person. Because when you're doing psychic readings, you're actually reading the soul of the person. You're reading about what's going on and around them. So past, present, future, lessons that they need to learn, lessons that they've learned, so on and so forth. It also covers a different range of topics and areas within a person's life as well. So not only do we help build your power, because it's important to know when you're in the power, because when you drop from the power, then you will start to say, well, look, I'm not actually reading properly, or I'm not tuned into the person. So it's really important to understand what the power is like, so that you know that you're channeling when you're getting the information. We also then work with your guides. So we go off and we meet your guides, and we learn what your guides are, learn who they are, learn how they're working with you, but also get their calling card as to how you know when they're around you and when they're not around you. We then kind of go into looking at colors. So looking at the aura of the person, what are the colors that you're finding around them, what do you feel this to be? So then we ask questions, I'm getting red. What is red telling me? What do I feel it to be? So we start working with your clairs, understanding what clairs you're working with and those that you're not working with. Now, eventually, as time goes on, all your clairs will start to mingle with each other. But we always start off with a couple that are strongest to begin with. We look at symbols. So when we're working with cards and working with energy, we also work with colors and symbols. So we'll start to see symbols in cards. We'll start to see symbols if we're reading people energetically as well. So again, the same thing, identifying what these symbols are, what do they mean, what purpose they have in around the person that you're working for. When we've done that, then we start to look at the different types of facial expressions on the cards that we're working with. We look at the different colors of the backgrounds. We look at backgrounds. We look at emotions. We look at water. We look at the scenery, because every part of a card has a story to tell. And you as the reader and you as the channeler tune into the cards to tell the story. Now, the beauty about it is that you could have the same card for somebody else, but the interpretation will and can be completely different for them. Because remember, you're reading for the soul of the person. So just because you may have the same card, it won't necessarily have the same meaning for the person that you're reading for. Because you're reading their soul, the card is just a physical thing to help you to give that reading. From there, then we learn how to put the cards into sequence. So then we look at different kind of card spreads that we would be using. So we start looking like a one card, just to get you into your flow, just to help you to understand what that card's like, getting you in your comfort zone of being able to read. We progress then onto 3-card reading, which is past, present and future. So again, choosing cards for somebody, looking at where they have been, where they are now, where they're going forward, and if there's any lessons that they need to learn. It's good to pick up on lessons that we need to learn, because you're helping them to overcome. You're giving them an insight, but you're giving them control of their lives as well. We then continue to go on to the Celtic Cross. So the Celtic Cross is one of the well-known card spreads that a lot of readers use around the world. Okay, it's one of the more informative type of spread, but it basically covers all basics for around that person as well. So what we do is we look at the card spreads, we look at the interpretation behind them, we look at the meaning, and every time we pull the card and we read the card, we're actually pulling the soul of the person to help you to understand them, but also you're tuning to their architect plan to help them to move forward and to release and to let go. The courses really with the card readings do vary per person, so I don't Just turn around and say, look, this is your card course, and off you go. I tune into the person that I'm working with. I see where they are at a level in terms of how they're interpreting their information, in terms of how they're working. So then what I do is differentiate that course to the abilities of the people that I'm working with. So not everybody will have the same course. It is a card reading course, but depending on your abilities, depending on how advanced you are, depending on where you're starting, depending on your clairs, will then teach me what I need to teach you to get you to where you need to be. Okay, so again, although it's a card reading course, it will be different according to the people that I'm working with, because it will be differentiated according to what your needs are, not mine. The tarot card reading course is a lot more in depth. It's all about the minor arcana cards and the major arcana cards. So again, we look at the meaning behind each of the decks. We look at how we can use the two different packs as separate identities, or we can incorporate them together as a full reading. So we look at the meanings behind it. We look at how the arcana, the minor ones, enhance the major ones, but also how we can use them as two different separate spreads as well. Again, we look at that more in detail. It's a 2-day course. It's really about understanding the in-depthness of what the cups and the swords, what they represent in a class, in a reading. But again, going back into your own intuition, helping you to build yourself at your own level, helping you to find your own way within it, not to be a clone of somebody else, because we definitely don't want to be a clone of somebody else, because it won't work. It's our experiences, it's our knowledge, it's our spirit team that help us to deliver the best information for the person across from us. And it's their soul that helps us to do that as well. So the tarot card is more in depth and is run over a 2-day course. Okay, so again, if you have any questions about courses that I'm running, please feel free to have a look at auroracenterofwellbeing.com for all the courses up there. Or if you want to message me, by all means, feel free to do so. And look, I look forward to hearing you. Take care. Bye.